What if I told you that for almost all of human history, humans never owned a toothbrush? No toothpaste, no mouthwash, no dental floss, and certainly no dentist waiting to fix a cavity. Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Because today, we're told to brush our teeth every single day. Miss a few days and plaque starts building up. Miss a few weeks and cavities can begin to form. So here's the mystery. How did ancient humans survive their entire lives without brushing their teeth? Did they simply live with constant toothaches? Did they lose all their teeth at a young age? Or did they know something that we've forgotten? The answer is far more surprising than most people realize. Ancient humans didn't have stronger teeth. They didn't discover some magical plant that cleaned their mouths. And they certainly weren't immune to dental disease. Instead, they lived in a completely different world. A world that naturally protected their teeth without them even realizing it. Thousands of years before cities existed, before supermarkets, before candy, before soft drinks, and long before processed food. Our ancestors spent every single day hunting wild animals, digging up roots, gathering fruits, and cracking open hard nuts. Every meal was a challenge. Every bite forced their jaws to work. Their food wasn't soft, it wasn't sugary, and it definitely wasn't convenient. In fact, if you tried eating one of their meals today, your jaw would probably get tired before you even finished. But here's the incredible part. The very foods that made life harder were quietly protecting their teeth. Without toothbrushes, without toothpaste, without dentists. Ironically, the biggest reason you need to brush your teeth today wasn't created by nature. It was created by civilization itself. And it all began with one invention that changed human history forever. Now, you might be thinking, if ancient humans never brushed their teeth, what was keeping them clean? The answer was hiding in something they did every single day. They chewed. A lot. Imagine biting into a tough root freshly pulled from the ground, tearing meat from a wild animal, cracking hard nuts with nothing but simple stone tools. Chewing plants so tough, they took minutes, sometimes even hours to finish. Every meal was a workout, not for their arms, not for their legs, but for their jaws. And that constant chewing did something remarkable. It naturally scraped away much of the sticky layer that harmful bacteria love to grow on. In other words, their food was helping clean their teeth every time they ate. But that wasn't the biggest advantage. Not even close. The real advantage was sugar, or more accurately, the lack of it. Today, sugar is almost impossible to escape. It's in soft drinks, it's in bread, it's in breakfast cereal. It's hidden inside sauces, snacks, desserts, and even foods that don't taste sweet at all. Every single day, our mouths are flooded with sugar. Ancient humans lived in a completely different reality. If they wanted something sweet, they had to search for wild berries or climb dangerous cliffs to steal a little honey from angry bees. Sweet food was a rare reward, not an everyday habit. And that changed everything. Because the bacteria that cause cavities have one favorite food. Sugar, feed them sugar, and they multiply. Feed them more, and they release acid. That acid slowly eats away the hard enamel protecting your teeth. Ancient humans still had bacteria, just like we do today. But those bacteria were starving. Without constant sugar, they couldn't attack teeth the way they do now. Their teeth weren't perfect. They cracked them, they chipped them. Years of chewing rough food wore them down. But surprisingly, serious tooth decay was far less common than it is today. Then, human history took a dramatic turn. A discovery that gave us more food than ever before. It built villages, it built kingdoms, it built civilizations, and without anyone realizing it, it also began destroying the human smile. Everything changed around 12,000 years ago. For hundreds of thousands of years, humans had lived as hunter-gatherers. They followed animals, they gathered wild plants, and when food disappeared, they simply moved on. Then, something extraordinary happened. Instead of following nature, humans learned how to control it. They began planting seeds, growing crops, and staying in one place. This was the birth of agriculture, one of the greatest breakthroughs in human history. For the first time, people could produce more food than they needed for a single day.